And we're back. Let me just tune in on my phone to make sure it's not exploding. Oh, that's what fell last night. Or this morning. My pop filter. But, okay. So, stream seems to be fine. Oh, I logged into the wrong guy. I also didn't shave. We're just going in straight to it, so. Oh, someone stated a fact yesterday that I get really angry when people state this fact. So. I had to talk about it. They said water can't be wet, or water isn't wet. Oh my god. Listen, I'm just gonna show you wet water and then explain it, okay? Let's look up the definition of wet real quick, just so that everyone's on the same page. Covered or saturated with water or another liquid. And smart people already know where I'm going with this. If you exclude water in your own mind, like some people do, you can still put other liquids over totally encompassing water, right? So like if this is water, that makes it so the water is wet. The two layers connected. And there are different types of water. There are thicker waters, right? Like in the ocean, when you see two oceans meet, there's actually like a border. It is liquid density. So I even wrote it down last night because I was so mad. Wet equals covered by liquid, which is fluid density. It's like you can this is wet water, okay? And then going through that like understanding of it, if water can have a denser water on top of it and below it, it is wet water with water. It isn't like slime. It is water. Okay, cool. Glad I could get through that. Jesus fucking. Alright. We're just gonna leave it there. Water is wet and can be wet. Anyone who says water can't be wet just doesn't know what they're talking about. I just showed you wet water. It's like the dividing by zero thing. I think it's just someone said it confidently one time and everyone believed them and never decided to think about it themselves. So, we just unlocked all of the bosses. That's the science fact of the day. Let's, new character. Oh, wait. We'll read the journal entry we unlocked for the Wilder, and then we'll unlock a new entry on another character. Water is wet and oil is dry. Oil can also be wet because it can be submerged in water, right? Like if you splash it. I was even joking, like, we know that there are planetary... Also, what's up, Orange Buster? How you doing? You're smart. You know what I'm talking about. So we're going to get complex with it. There already are giant bodies of smoke, right? Moisture and water. Giant structures is what they're called. Not crafted, but natural structures in space that are water, right? So imagine like a planet whose core is water and the outer water is just a different layer of water, right? That's out there. and then they're together and they form a cloud in space. So now imagine that ball and just smack it around, right? Scatter it out into space, you're fine. Oil and water can emulsify also, exactly. In that emulsification, and we'll go even further, right? This is another thing. When you why does water bind to itself? It's the hydrogen. I understand. I already was doing this, but look. So, due to the phenomenon of hydrogen bonding, right? So it is actually just the force connecting it that makes it into water. So when something gets wet, right? When water is on something, it isn't sliding off. That is now wet. It is not just permeated. It sits on top. It's wet, right? Saturated in a liquid. If it slides right off, right? If it doesn't bind, that's called a hydrophobic material. That is something that can't be wet. Water binds with water, right? And can be covered in water. Those are the two things you need to be wet. On a molecular level, water can be wet. On a metaphorical level, water can be wet. On a literal level, oil can surround water. Water in different viscous forms can surround water, making it wet. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Anyway, water can be wet. That shit, when people are like, water's not wet, I'm like, did you just not pay attention in school? Like, what the fuck? In a corner of the round table hold, light shines in through the ceiling to a dimly lit room. There stood the Wilder, holding the solitary earring up to the light, casting a pattern on the wall that he could not comprehend. The Wilder is sitting there looking at water isn't wet, and he's like, that doesn't make any sense. The earring is projecting water isn't wet. Anyway, the Wilder was sure that it was some word or perhaps a phrase, but he could not recall it. This is a crazy conversation, like what is considered outside and inside the body? Exactly. It's when it binds, right? When the molecular structure is altered through the binding, right? It's like it doesn't need to change the entire thing, but is it binding to it or is it not binding to it, right? That's what we as a fucking society define as wet. Is it covered in water or is there water on it, right? If you wet your hand, and then I'll go a step further. I think what is in your stomach is considered outside the body. I can see, because it's like folded, and then when it permeates and the nutrients are sucked in through your digestive tract, that is now inside your body. I kind of see where you're going with it, but yeah, water's wet. No, if you have like a test tube, right, like you just showed in that science project, you can flatten the water out and then put like a thin layer of oil above it. And it's like the difference between only submerging your hand or submerging the entire top layer of your body. You would feel, and we consider it, more wet when obviously more of your surface area is covered. So if you spread the water thin and coat it with oil, you have water that is more wet than other water. Yeah. Poop is outside the body. Yeah, exactly. But also somehow coming from within. I think that's actually the dung eater's story. I'm not even fucking with you. I think that's the dung eater's story. That is funny though. Now imagine that slime in space, conscious because it fell into the Goldilocks zone, right? Where life can be sustained and there is movement inside of the chemical composition of that water. And then now you've spread it thin enough that it has been a membrane throughout the universe. There you go. The Wilder was sure that it was some word or perhaps a phrase, but he could not recall it. Where had he misplaced the earring? If he only had its counterpart. Surely the meaning could be divined. I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. But I had $1 million and I spent it all. What I really wanna say, I can't divine, because that's what Santeria is. That's actually what he's saying. It's love that I need. My soul will have to wait. Those are actually the lyrics, though. What I really want to say, I can't divine, because divining something is Santeria. That's why it's I don't practice Santeria. I don't got no crystal ball. He's saying I can't divine what I want to say. Crazy. When I realized that those were the lyrics, I was like, what? You fucking kidding me? I've been singing it wrong this whole time. I actually discovered that really young. I am from California, so. Sublime. My hair's all fucked up. I just woke up, rolled out of bed, threw clothes on, and started stream, so forgive me. My brain is still reactivating right now. I'll treat you guys to the glass version of me. I found my glasses. I have sunglasses that are prescription. These are prescription. So I can actually see with those. People are like, why are you wearing sunglasses at night? If I got paid to get asked that question, I'd walk around with those sunglasses and buy another one. I tried to grapple hook. Now people think I look smart, so all of that shit I said about... I just have to repeat what I said about particle physics, and now people will take me seriously because I have glasses on. I look like a completely different person with glasses. I understand that Clark Kent Superman comparison. I could be playing Elden Ring right now. Bro, if you get on Elden Ring, bro. I'm down to play Nightreign. Right now we're actually playing through the story. I restarted the game because I didn't stream the whole... I didn't think the story was a story. I didn't think it was going to do what it did. This game is crazy. It's like a whole other game. Ow. It's so good. It's not Elden Ring, but it also is Elden Ring. It's beautiful. I don't know how to describe it. Okay. It's Elden Ring Plus. So are we the Valar? The manifestations of the spirits in the Middle-earth? Just curious. Is that who these characters are supposed to represent in that original story? They're not actually, but are they the strong spirits? Okay, I was like pressing the old button, my character just kind of hung out there for a second. I'm employed, I understand. Actually, I'm kind of getting a break, but also I'm still worried. I'll use this. My grandma is in the hospital right now. She's fine. I've been checking up on her, or my mom has, and I got sick, so I was like, it's best if I don't go. You know the kind of sick where it's like so obvious you're sick, you're like, well, I don't want to get people sick with that. So I just I mean, you can kind of hear it in that cough laugh right there. But I love my grandma. I didn't want to get her sick. But also there's like, you know, how many people at a hospital, odds are I would be able to get someone sick who has an autoimmune disease if I just walk into the place. So it's like, why would I risk it? If I walk through the entrance and get anything infected in that area and then someone else walks in, they're going to get infected. So it wasn't. Imagine you're just chilling in the world. But I'm a federally licensed caretaker for my grandma. We just hang out. It's my excuse of saying I get to just hang out with my grandma. No, she has a walker. I have to wheel her to the bathroom. She like calls me to sit her on her walker, and then I take her across the house. Really just down the hall, but it's harder for her, right? I also just bake some cookies. She likes cookies. So I bake cookies for her. That's my thing. She likes Family Feud. That's another thing. she's about that Family Feud life. Not 100% not infecting grandma, not infecting the populace. If going into a hospital where sick people are going to definitely walk through, but I'm probably gonna get someone sick. All right, I don't have to be a fucking genius or a particle physicist to know that. I'm sick. So I was like, I'll just stay home and play video games. But yeah. I don't charge my grandma money, also, because I'm not a heartless, soulless fucking lunatic. Should also go on record to say that. But I get to live with her, right? I feel like it's an even trade. It's a good thing. She gets to have someone take care of her with us in the house, and she's not alone. I didn't realize how like important it was, honestly. Now that I'm older and I see all these studies of like old people just live longer when you spend time with them, I'm like, oh, okay, it's just better if I'm here, right? Spend time with them. Humans are social creatures? Ew. Who said that? So, imagine you were just chilling in the worlds between and a group of 3 spirits just getting the shit out of you. Yeah. Why did I feel like I read the message and then now I realize I did? That's fucking hilarious. That's essentially what is happening to all of the bosses in this. You're just kind of hanging out. You were banished in this realm of shadow, maybe even killed, and that's why you're here, right? And then Harvey Birdman, attorney at law over here, fucking rolls up. Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. Like I'm trying to sing. Not only can I not sing, I'm sick. So I won't be able to. I feel like it's comedy to just do it anyway. I wonder how that statistics will skew as our generation gets old. Yeah, that is a good question. I'm gonna help with them and then go to that thing. Just let them know. Oh, I killed the other boss. I killed one of the sovereign lords. It took me like 2 days. I didn't kill it once in like 2 days. And then I finally fucking killed the Jaw Man. That boss is so hard. If you don't use poison, if you're not using its weakness, do not. I'm literally fighting it right now, aren't I? What the fuck? Ow. Stab. Stab. That was a pretty big stab. Something says it wasn't me, though. Because we are accustomed to online long-distance friendships. That's true. It's like also you feel them in spirit. Like I talk to my friends and family by sending them memes all the time and stuff. But it is like, oh, I talk to that family member, but I don't talk to this other one, right? I should text that other one sometimes. I just texted my younger brother pictures of the Fallout show, because he just played through Fallout recently. He's a Fallout fan. We both love Fallout. He's a gamer too. And I looked at my health, saw it right as I got knocked. I should have been paying attention. But I really wanted to tell my Fallout story. So I saw the movie, like, pictures. I didn't go there. Well, okay, nap time. I didn't go to the like, Vegas where they were shooting. Is this a new bear? Where's this bear? Anyway. There's the bear. Excuse me. And we were just talking about, like, you know, that kind of stuff. But it's like, yeah, we're a little more accustomed to online. But it's like, how I actually always viewed it, even as a kid, because I grew up without the internet, was like writing letters to someone, right? We always grew up hearing about, like, they wrote letters to each other, they send pigeons from fucking the other side of the country, they trained birds and stuff. This fight sucks when the second bear gets aggroed. Yeah. Ow. You know what I need to do? I need to use the fucking shield of the shield character. That's what I need to do. Charge attack also is kind of nice. I'm like getting my ass kicked. I'm like, I haven't blocked once. What is wrong with me? The game is kicking my ass because I'm bad right now. What the fuck is going on? Realizing that I'm bad at the game as I'm talking. It's, again, I just woke up, but like, I'm like, why am I not blocking? This motherfucker is the shield guy. What the hell is going on here? I'm just so used to sword man. It's so fucking funny. But yeah, I viewed it as like texting when I was introduced to it younger, as how we wrote letters to each other, right? I feel like it's like the same thing with how I view video games as opposed to how like movie directors in Hollywood view video games. They view it as a competition because they want to make a movie, and the market for video games is beating it out right now. So they're like, oh, I'm good at making movies, right? Like the scenes and stuff. When how I view it is movies are within video games, right? There are cut scenes and the way that you are controlling a camera as the player. Everyone is a shitty director. That's something that people understand in Japan that people do not understand here in America. Is everyone that you let run around in your game, you're now saying, congratulations, you are upgraded to shitty director. You're running around with a fucking camera, and you have to get the good camera angles, right? You're the cameraman, but you're also the one deciding the camera angles. So you're the director now. It doesn't matter who's listed in the credits, it's the fucking gamer that really dictates what's happening, right? So Kojima likes to be called movie director, right? Like the title of director, and works with like a Guillermo del Toro for the Silent Hill game that never came out, because he views it as movies, right? Ever since Metal Gear Solid, that was like a big thing for a lot of people, was it is like a movie video game. You're playing a great game, but it's cinematic as fuck. They left me. No, they understand that there, where in Hollywood here, they're like, we don't respect the source material because we don't want people going to look into the games because we'll send people away from the market. They didn't leave me. One of my teammates is here. If I just hold it down, are we fueling? I'm gonna heal him back up. Ow. So, and that's like a positive stereotype, but it's still a stereotype of Japan, so I want to at least acknowledge that. That, like, I'm not like 100% right in that. I just noticed that about a lot of video game directors, where they view it as like a movie. Where the fuck did that guy go? Oh, he's just up in his tower doing that. Miyazaki, the creator from Software, working with George R.R. Martin, a famous novelist, to write the story of the game world, right? Not the game, because you can see a lot of parallels in Dark Souls. So it's the story he always wanted to tell through the game experience, but the lore, right? The characters like America and their reasoning for doing the specific things they do and what those actions symbolize before the game comes out, right? The lore, not the narrative of the game. As a game designer, when you understand the difference between those, you get really good at deciphering shit. There is a narrative you, the player, go through that is just, if I narrate your actions in the fucking game, erase the lore. What is happening? I'm a birdman running away from a storm wall, that takes my health away if I'm inside of it, right? As you analyze the story like that, that's the narrative. But the lore, the reason there's this rain wall here that they tell you in the game, but you're not experiencing that event that's like forever ago, that's the lore, right? That's the story of the game world. It isn't the narrative. So the director of the game, not you, but the person who's designing the game, the design director, I should say, is the person creating that narrative for you. But how you play dictates the narrative, right? Maybe they don't even realize that. I don't know who else designs the game around. Actually, they do, because of the way I say that, like, your character's story and what you do as a player, if you're an invader, you join the faction of invaders, right? That's the only way to get the invading finger that lets you invade infinitely, is join their faction. So you're saying, I'm part of Volcano Manor or the Recusant, or I'm part of Mohg's Dynasty of Blood, right? It's all the same shit, by the way. The invaders, the ones who learned the truth and turned against the Golden Order. So, I'm dodging from Big Crab, man. But it's like I can say confidently, they understand what I'm talking about, because that is something that helped me analyze Elden Ring. I don't know about Kojima, right? That's a better way to put it. I can't just say that about all Japan. But all of the people who worked on this all over the world, right? Elden Ring has narrators or people who worked on it in Europe, Korea, China, South America, Africa, like all of these different wonderful places, right? That are willing to contribute to this kind of a story, right? It's like everywhere around the world you find these beautiful people. Who would have thought? Me. But those kinds of things are what make video games, in my opinion, like, better than movies. It's the respecting of the media. Video games acknowledge movie directors. Movie directors don't want to acknowledge video games, and I don't know why. It's like, why don't you respect the source material? Why do you want to make your own version of it, right? It's like, did you play the game? They end up saying, on record, right? The guy with The Witcher and all these things, Rian Johnson and Star Wars, even if it's not video games, it's like, I didn't want to respect the source material because I wanted to tell my own story. It's like, just write your own fucking story at that point. God damn. It is so original that it's not even contrived at that point, right? You could just make... I haven't watched it, but I will say, at least they tried with Rebel Moon or whatever to make their own thing, right? I don't know shit, but I'm like, because I haven't watched it, but... I'm like, hey, even if it is contrived and it's just Star Wars, and they're not, like, showing lightsabers in the trailers and making it all about, like, the space wizards, right? Am I crazy? Okay, no, here they are. It looks like they're trying to do their own thing while telling a story that they wanted to tell in Star Wars. I'm like, finally, someone did their own fucking thing. Did it deserve better advertisement or its own? Oh God, he's gonna eat me! I'm dead. I thought he was dealing with my teammates. Well. That reset my bar. Anyway. That was a jump scare. In the middle of my... Ooh, we got my friend. Ooh. I'm getting rat attacked. Dude, get grabbed. Dude, if this guy grabs too, that would be so fucking funny. Holy shit. I would cry laughing. If that guy came up to save us, picked someone up, but then he dropped, like the big guy dropped the guy he just grabbed and picked up the last guy. So we all had been grabbed in like a sequence. I don't know why. That would have... It's like a... It reminds me of Looney Tunes kind of timing. Like, just straight up, like, and you next, and you next. Like, the kind of comedy of, like, you didn't read the warning sign. I don't know why that shit's so funny to me. I'm gonna hold this down until my bar goes away. Or it kicks me out of the animation. I think I held it down one time ever and was like, cool, you can do that. And then I never did it again. Snack off the floor. I am doing no fucking damage. Wouldn't it be cool if you found out that you can, like, jump and half fly with this guy? Like, there's, like, a... Wait, I'm like, I've never actually tried. That'd be kind of sick. But I do love I love how respectful the video game developers are all over the world. Me and my brother were talking about Claire Obscura or whatever, because he got that game. And he's showing me like the music from it and stuff, and how much they give a shit about it. And he was telling me how they're like ex-devs from like I think Ubisoft or something that just made their own game. And it's like exactly what I'm talking about. They're like, just, you know what, fuck you, we're gonna make our own thing. And then it's so wonderful and full of their own folklore and enriched, right? Because it's based off of their... Get away from me! No! I got him, Sam! No! Oh my god, I hit a wall. Out of stamina, couldn't jump, hit a wall, couldn't jump over the wall because I'm out of stamina. That was like the worst sequence of events that could have possibly fucking happened. What? No! How long is it gonna take us to fight this fucking thing? God damn. No. Stop it. But even like a game I haven't played, I can tell you as an example, like even like the fans know that openly about the development, and they actually like that about the game. That they went and made their own story, right? I love turn-based action RPGs. I love timing-based... Oh, no. Turn-based RPGs and action RPGs like Dark Souls. Two different things entirely. But Claire Obscura seems to be a way to mix the two. Which is really cool. Get away. You guys. They forced that thing to the ring. To the outer ring. It actually couldn't back up anymore. That's crazy. Okay. So, game development. I think it's important to acknowledge the differences. You can see, I wonder how this, do a time lapse of how this has been falling the whole time. I'm like, that thing is just straight up pointing at me now. Why did we run this way? Oh, he died in the storm, and I felt bad. That was weird. I was like, why did my brain run over here? What the fuck? Eh, whatever. Let's go upgrade our shit now. Maybe we hit up this camp? Just so we can keep progress forward. I love the Wilder. Everyone has their strengths. From the fucking front side. Bet you didn't even know you could do that. I found that out the other day and I was like, oh, I'm never gonna not kill these things now. I'm just gonna run straight up to them, kick them in the mouth, and fucking stab the top of their dome. Squirt. It's so much easier than people make it. You don't even need to go to the back. You don't need to go around them. That whole fucking runaround game that everyone's playing, pointless. Just kick him in the face. That's actually the point. Sure, we'll do that. So we can level. See how fast that was? That was insane. I just walked in and blew up the entire fucking camp. I'll go back and time that. Tell me how long it was from me jumping the first fence to me jumping out of that last fence. Tell me how long that was. I'm gonna guess like 16 seconds. Dude, that shit was so fast. No, it was probably like 26 seconds or some shit. That was fast as fuck. This is one of the harder bosses. I don't know if we can... How much damage do we do? Wait. Get over here. Holy fuck! That thing turned around fast. Oh, we do no damage. Okay. Alright, I deserve that. I'm learning. I'm relearning. Wait for it. That's a shield, right? Ooh. Wow. So which one's Radagon? We need a forge. Is that going to be like the last DLC character? One of the coolest things they could do, I think I know how they plan to release it, is like in waves of multiple characters, but I really think Risk of Rain and drip feeding content as you complete it is so much nicer. Oh, I just got knocked anime style across the ring. Also, Orange Buster's probably working right now, so I understand that they're not responding. But coming out with the characters slowly over time, one after another, would be so fucking cool. And then like the last character being a big plot reveal that's visibly tying the whole story together. Damn it. I almost picked him up. I was like, if I just commit to picking him up, I think I'll get him. I mean, my math was right, but it's what I get for not knowing the Guardian's pickup attack. I don't know how many attacks it takes for him. I know the Wilders by heart, but that shit sucked. That was an almost. That was a skill difference. I just suck as him. I like that there are two Wilders here. If I were a Wilder as well, I am in heart, in spirit. I don't think we were supposed to fight this yet. We should have went and did the fucking magma worm. Would you love me if I was a magma worm? Would you still love me if I was a magma worm? No. Fuck that boss. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just now realizing that it's a magma worm down in the bottom of this pit. And the lore implications. How the fuck, why wasn't I thinking about that the whole time? I was like, yeah, I guess crumbling Fair Missoula. This is the crumbling part. Didn't think anything of it this whole time. What the fuck? Dragon Communion. That's what that's confirming. I was talking about the world soul being a dragon because the natural stone is dragons and stuff. I even joked about the land mass, like the stone mountains, looking like a dragon head. Like a dragon turtle head. That is like a direct tie. You go to the core of a forge at like the base of a mountain because of a meteorite where they've built a forge underground and it was torn open to it, right? Like the layers are exposed, like someone sliced into a cake. That's so crazy. And I didn't jump into any. That's good to know. Not to do that next time. That was fucked. Okay. So the secret tree of Melkor to the north. Hidden. I beg you to reconsider. I'm shopping right now. I don't even have fucking time to deal with you. Do I want this? Okay, you know what? What's up, Donnie? The hidden tree of Melkor, right? To the north. Oh, well, they built two trees. One, Illuin, or Illuin, Baladash Malinore. Illuin to the north, and then to the south is the golden tree. That's supposed to represent the 12 hours, right? And that's why there's time. This was the creation of time. Is that what's happening? Is that why this game is based on time? Just curious. Hypothetically speaking, potentially, maybe, who knows? I'm on to you, game devs. That's all I'll say. I'm on to you, Silver Spiral Tree. Hey, look, it's a dog. Where the fuck is everyone? Okay. I'm like, what? We already did all of this. Where did everyone go? We'll fight the dog in a second. What lore is this? What lore is this? What lore is this? What lore is this? How many different ways can you say a sentence with inflecting different words? Right? You owe him money. You owe him money. You owe him money. You owe him money. Right? Anyway, I'm just messing with you. I'm just analyzing the Elden Ring lore. A silver spiral tree, right? And time is created in this game. If time was all fucked and staying still in base game Elden Ring, and well, there's definitely... This game is centered around time. We have a couple of hours before the darkness of before the darkness falls in the world, right? So, in the world of Arda, right? Just curious. A spiral tree, and their towers aloft. So is this Valinor, and we are the Valar, defending the world from the chaos that was introduced from the discord of Melkor's song. And the perpetuation of those who rise in might are the aspects that walk in the distance. Is that what's happening? That's the chaos being sown. These are the eras unspoken of, right? Only written about in song, or perpetuated in a, like a found footage, fantasy found footage. There you go. I found a good way, a layman's term for it. And then his blood would flow through the earth with a secret blue fire. And that would allow the secrets to be kept from the Valar. Damn. And lead to Melkor's rise as a single third entity, right? The blue flame. That's so funny. I didn't even know. I was hunting for blue fire this whole time because I wanted blue flame. The blue flame were the friends we made along the way. Give me my fucking blue flame Ashavor. I deserve it, damn it. I found the secrets. I'm just kidding. I will forsake my lordship. I do not claim to be lord. I will ride ever onward into the ocean. I don't give a fuck. I will just be my own entity, separate from the song and Discord. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Allow spirits to die if they must. But then that wouldn't be blue flame, would it? That's the moose. That's the aqueducts. Motherfucker, I wanted blue flame so bad. Those are two different characters. Anyway, one of them is brother to Melkor. Not gonna spoil which, I'll let you find that out on your own. If someone's getting attacked and you're this guy, jump in the way and do your counter. Do like a guard counter. Oh my god, why is it always me? Okay. Tell me I have blue flame. Blue lightning. Oh, and the secrets of the earth underground and hidden from. So, all I'm gonna say is, damn, the Nox? Really? When you find the truth, it's so glaringly obvious that you're like, what? How the fuck? They just didn't read a book. They just didn't read a book. That's my criticism. I love this shit. I'll gladly read the Silmarillion again. What are you telling me? That I get to now imagine cooler, new worlds and shit that I was mistaken on in my first time through? God, it enriched some of the, like, best fantasy writing that I enjoy more than anything. Okay, oops. By somehow tying it into Dark Souls. So it isn't obviously Lord of the Rings, but as a point of reference, goddamn. Gotta fill that void in his chest. That hole in their heart, right? Of course they hate you. Hate is all they know. Yep, my stream's still live, just making sure. Oops. Oh, I guess we're gonna go sleeper build. Too bad I can't drop my runes for other people. So I do the post up with... Oh, fuck. I don't even have that emote. Oh my god, I don't even have any relics equipped on this guy. What am I doing? I didn't even take him to the relic table. Night time? We're doing the normal version of the the jaw. I'm beating the game again. Remember when you said I would be crazy to restart the game? Well, I got everything in the game, even the secret 0.035% door secret drop. So I restarted the game. We're on the second boss. So, like, are we the Maiar that are corrupted by Melkor and or fighting against Melkor's corruption, and it's our choice that determines what we are and which timeline we wind up in, which spirit we are? And then, if so, who the fuck is Melkor? Hey, Ishizaki is also beat all the bosses in the game without relics. Oh! Well, I'm doing it on accident. I didn't even mean to do that shit. I'm doing accidental relic-less. Yeah, that's right. Get slapped in the mouth. There was no fucking shot that I was dodging that. Whoa! Oh, they knocked me loose. I guess it's so easy on this version of the boss. Sorry, I'm sick, I should say. Make Ishizaki proud, boyo. I need to look up who that is. I don't even know who you're talking about. I believe in you, though. Is it a game dev who made the game, or is it a famous, like, let me solo her player in the community? I'm chronically offline now. I know that sounds insane, but I noticed, like, alright, I'm gonna take a break. I've been reading the Silmarillion. Highly recommend it. Such a good read. Especially if you like the story of Elden Ring. If you don't give a fuck about the story of Elden Ring, you don't need to read the Silmarillion. Go watch Lord of the Rings, right? But if you do want answers for Elden Ring, boy are there answers for Elden Ring. God fucking damn it. Please. Thank you guys for knocking me loose. I'm like, why isn't my thing healing them? And it wasn't until the final boss room that I'm like, oh yeah. Ishizaki is the guy who directed Nightreign. Alright, well. Okay. He's Miyazaki's apprentice. Well, fuck yes. They're doing great. Goddamn, I'm dying. I'm sorry. Normally I mute. I'm doing so bad as this guy. I need a block. First, sleep. Second, holding down the block button and never letting go. Unless I'm charging stamina or sprinting in. Asterisk. Oh shit. Okay. I don't know if I can block that. I'm not even gonna try. Heal up. Lightning bolt. Are they doing any damage to him? Am I crazy? They are. Is this guy immune to sleep by chance or no? Okay, that was 200. Just a tap does, wait, what, like 150? He's a gamer too. I will read that message in a second. Did that guy like disconnect or something? What the fuck is going on? Well, guess we're gonna see if I can block it. You can. Kind of. Can't. That was rough. Tanking, yes. Tanking well? No. Do you need to tank well? As long as the boss goes down, I guess. I should have read that while I was down, I'm sorry. That was awkward. I thought the boss was gonna attack us, he just ran away. Fuck me. I was trying to dodge back in. Pickled turtleneck, that would have been a good idea. If I was actually good at the game. I should have used all of my consumables, if I'm being real. If this guy gets us, he's fucking crazy with it. Any ult? I don't expect my ass to be saved. He's committing. He might go down right now. Alright. He's a gamer too. Best part of these games is that they envision themselves to play this game as well. Using yourself as a reference for if you would play this as a game director is peak dev merit. Yep. Yep. I always say, or a lot of the people who taught me game development and game design, who made a lot of my favorite games as well as the most famous games, because like if you go to the GDC YouTube channel, there are tons of just people who made games that are world famous talking about the secrets of how and why they designed the way they did. Yeah, I'm bad. I'm just gonna say it. That guy did really good almost picking me up there. I've just been down this whole time. If he gets me down to 2 notches and uses his ult, that'd be sick. Yeah, no. I let you guys down. No relics. No relics. And also not blocking. I kind of was blocking, but you can't block magic damage. Oh my god, and I had 2 relics that were making me take more damage. That explains so much. I was like playing on hard mode, essentially. Memory fragment found. I'm so dumb. The 2 things I was carrying didn't help me at all and made the entire thing way harder. I had 2 fucking talismans that debuffed my health and made me take more damage. I'm an idiot. That's what that is. Look at your build before you walk into the final boss room, is what I just got from that. I read this in the last one, right? The Guardian was born in the Winged Realm, becoming a knight of the Pinion Folk, sworn to protect its land and peoples. In the splintered memories of the Guardian are 2 flocks. The old flock from his home nation, who he failed to protect, who died. I like how they just, matter of fact, they tell you they died. And the new flock who fare with him against the Nightfarers, right? So the new flock are all of the people you're with, your friends. So this is where I think it's this is why I'm saying you're like the Valar, right? If the developers might go, okay, you are out of your mind, or that's exactly what we base it off of. If we are souls that are stars, and Amber, glintstone from the stars beyond, right, in that dark space, that is where the Maiar, or no. Sorry. The Ainur, and like the Valar started crafting the universe when they weren't in their physical forms yet. I know this is getting way too fucking complex and weird, but it's gonna tie into this. They make the Maiar in Middle-earth to help form the lands of Middle-earth, right? And they also made Valinor after when Melkor fucked up everything. So I don't know when this takes place as a point of reference to attribute certain things, but it seems like we are strong spirits, characters, right? All of these strong spirits, the Nightfarers, which would be either one step down, because of where, like I was joking about like the lands and the unformed land and shit before. It actually ties this part of the game, hold on. Goddamn. It actually ties this part of the game to that point in the story, timeline-wise. When they created time in Lord of the Rings. And this is when they're creating time in Elden Ring's story. I don't know when it takes place, though. But there are a fuck ton of parallels. As I was reading it, I was like, holy shit. There are so many story beats that I can't even like keep track of them all. But I as soon as I would read one, I was like, that's what that means. That's what that means. That's what that means. Like, it was so obvious that I was like, okay, fuck, dude. Or at least that's what that represents. So now with all that being said, I think the new Nightfarers, the folk that survived in this land, the spirits, they are souls. We have to know that for certain, which means they are a rune of some sort, even if just natural. And then if a natural rune they would be like the Maiar or Valar in this timeline. I would assume more like the Maiar, like a Sauron figure, which is why I was like, a Radagon character would go hard. Anyway, this is a memory of the new flock, so the Nightfarers, of a meeting between the Guardian and a witch, both of whom were guided to the Round Table hold. There, though... Oh wait, there. Though I doubt thou wilt soar the skies as once thou didst. So murmured the recluse. Gently stroking the wing in sympathy, the Guardian felt the curse that eats away at his wing recede. Its progress halted. He thanked her with courtesy, but the recluse just shook her head in silence. "'Tis nothing. 'Twas for such times I learned what I did." So, to be a healer? Goddamn, I'm dying over here. The Guardian turned his eye to the nearby pile of books. "Perhaps if armed with knowledge, I might have saved them," he thought. It was from thence that the Guardian began to address the recluse as his teacher. So I'm looking for the other earring. We need to find the recluse. Next character. Wait. Okay. The Land of Bells. Ah. Okay, this is another thematic tie. Parallel. There we go. That's a better word. Oh my god, I'm dying. I understand the implication of why this is a bell now. You're ringing for them to come here and change, but also why they chose a bell. Okay. Alright. No, I need to beat... Fuck, dude. Now I'm stuck in a... I thought I would beat the boss kind of situation. I wanted to beat the boss's Iron Eye, so that I could just keep going and beating the bosses. But now I have one chapter unlocked on him, and I didn't beat the boss on him. So I progressed forward in time without actually beating the boss. That sucks. I think that's how they wanted you to play the game, but now my brain and OCD are upset. I'm trying to clear my throat. Alright. We'll do Iron Eye. I hate the crater. I'm just gonna say that. I think it's cool, story-wise, but they needed multiple paths down, and it feels kind of like you have to bug the game to get any sort of alternate path down. That's the only thing I don't like about it. The mountain, there's so many ways up, but the crater, there's like one way down. And it's kind of Maybe there's a secret way that I don't know about that doesn't feel as like I'm glitching the bird out, but I don't know. I feel like they needed alternate paths down to keep that feel of like flowing. I don't know. I don't know why. I do not like the crater as much as the rest of the lands, because the mountain that you could come up from either side and you get bosses and camps, and like a different experience. But the mountain or the crater, you roll into it and then you're forced down the same path every fucking time. It's pretty boring compared to the rest. I don't know if they even intentionally did that, but it's something I noticed, and I just don't like the crater as much. Like the Scarlet Rot Woods, the flower can be in random locations, and you can find the flower before going to the what the fuck is it called? Oh wait, I almost fucked up. We'll kill one boss today, hopefully. I'm going to mark poison on them. I don't want to keep blaming my teammates, but I was like, why the fuck did we go to the sleep ruins? The guy is weak to poison. What the fuck are you thinking? I didn't say it at the time, but I was like, wait, why did we go here? I saw them mark a ruins, and I just trusted that they knew what they were doing. They didn't. Here. We'll save that as the boss for the Guardian. And I'll do fire for the bug. That shit... People are confidently wrong, right? I do the same thing, but when you're marking on the map and then someone marks a better idea that's closer, and then they're like, no, I'm going to the spot that I know, right? And then it actually sets you back. It's like, okay, you can go to the spot that you know if it is going to guarantee the win, but if you go to a spot that's out of the way, you like miss a bunch of graces and bosses. They like ran by a wolf boss that we all could have fought and got a power up. We didn't even like face that boss because of them, like timing wise. It's like, I don't know why people mark shit and they don't know where the fuck they're going. It's like, you don't just follow people. Look at the map. I've been trying kind of trustworthy in this game to be like, oh, surely people know what they're doing now, but the guide isn't, like the official strategy guide isn't out yet. So when it comes out, everyone's going to make guides based off that, and people will now learn the true paths, but right now no one knows where the fuck they're going. It's just sadly the truth. Even me. Yesterday I was like, oh dude, it would be better if we went all the way down the path, and then I saw my teammates just like running through an open field, not doing anything for like 3 minutes, trying to go get something that wasn't going to help us with the boss, and of course we died to the Night Lord because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. It wasted an hour of my time. Like, normally I wouldn't be upset, but them not going to the poison ruins, like, look, open the map, look for where there's a weakness, and go to the fucking weakness. And that's another thing. The crater gets rid of the camps, so now we're stuck with fire. Ugh. But it's not poison now. We have to go here. Right? The, grabbing that so we have a melee. People just do not mark the zone. Nope. That is not what they're weak to. I am not going that way. Hey look, there's a camp of fire down here. I'm gonna go over here. Right? It's like that kind of stuff. I'm now noticing where the game wants you to go, and it's like, why are they running through an open fucking field away from camps? What? Like, as soon as you see it, again, you can't unsee it. You're like, why the fuck are they going, like, in the wrong direction? That's not even, like, where you would naturally want to walk to. There's a bunch of treasure nearby, dude. Go for the fucking treasure. What are you doing? I started with a key, too, so I don't even need to go here. But it would be a good snowball to get the key and then do that. Like, so many treasure chests. Improved critical hits. Someone picked that up. Projectile fall off. That's mine. And then you hit this jump and go to the thing. That green guy was doing fuck all that whole time. I just got us loot and a level, right? A chance at a key. It's like, come on, dude. Yeah, we're going that way, but now we have a key. Okay? It's like, you see, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. He's so confidently wrong that it's like, well, now that I'm pointing it out, can't unsee it. This guy just doesn't know where he's going. I don't know why. No, I didn't mean to do it that way. I pressed the wrong button. It's good to run if, like, the poison is on the opposite end of the map and they're weak to poison, and you have no weaknesses near you, right? And it's like, okay, well, we need to do this just because... I just shot a lamp post or a pillar. We need to do this because it will set us back if we don't, right? We have to run across the map. And then maybe you'll pick up the, stuff along the way. Like, flasks and shit. But that's not what that guy's doing. He marked the thing that we were already running towards, and he's just standing in the middle of nowhere, like over here. It's like, I know where that is. It's a road to nothing. You're walking down a road that doesn't have anything on it, brother. I was just going to see what boss was in this area. He blended into the trees. He is a tree, actually. Okay. God damn it. Speaking of the tree. They pulled the tree. This is one of the tougher boss fight areas because depending on what random boss is right there, you should focus on it before you go through. The tree you don't have to pull. If it's a dragon, I think the awareness is so large that you should fight the dragon before you go. Now we're such a disadvantage though. It like almost doesn't make sense. Oh my god, these guys pulled the fucking tree again. How do you even do that? We spawned... I hit a goddamn tree. But not the boss tree. I got hit by a tree. That was the enemy. That was not an enemy tree. Please. Brother. Oh my fucking god, you gotta be kidding me. I will remember this. I'm not picking him up. You can kiss my ass. I remembered. And the vengeance was sweet and immediate. Yep. And he leaves. These are like the easiest ever jails, and he rage quit. God damn. People are bad at video games. As I dodge into an attack. Okay, I'm gonna start marking. Come this way. 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 There. Now the tree will fucking stop following us. All right. If the tree follows, it is not supposed to be here. Yeah. Okay. The dragons don't even come this way, so this thing isn't vanishing. I don't know. Is it gonna vanish now? Yeah. It just wanted us to die. Honestly, looks like a dead run. I have come back from way worse. It is sad, but it's better to commit and stay till the inner ring closes. The guy who leaves the run is honestly like the one who saved it, because it downscales all of the enemies. So now, if that guy pulls the tree, I hope he leaves, and I'll do the whole run solo if I need to. Okay, the tree's not pulled. Take the runes. And now we're exactly the level we need to be. See? It's like, it's so over dramatic when people are like, oh my god, I'm stuck at level. It's like, I guess it's because I'm from the level 1 mentality of like, you could beat the whole fucking game without leveling. What are you talking about? But the way that it snowballs is you kill like one thing and then you're fine. We could go back and kill the tree, but I actually wouldn't recommend it. We should just go clear a camp. And then we're like level 6. So I'm going to do this. This is an easy ass boss. Maybe if we can get here, we'll do that. And then we'll run to this. I'll show you how to recover a run. You never have to worry about levers or any of that shit. Don't be disheartened by cowards. You're fine. Don't give up. It doesn't matter. And off the cliff to heal. Charge attack because he's going to fall. Hit him with it and then jump up. And now we have such an advantageous position, don't we? That does a lot of fucking damage. Not a fucking thing. It's fine though. Inner circle is something you might pass through anyway, or can reach there and back before the whole circle closes, so that chapel in the middle is fine. We don't have to go for it right now. As soon as the circle starts closing and shit, we can go for that. But it's not a priority because it has the most time. The things on the outskirts, you have less time with. Unless you're going to gamble that the circle is going to close around that specifically, it's not worth the gamble. Just fucking do the thing, right? Just hit the circle edge. Alright. Holy fuck. Give me a sec. Okay. Nope. Bad doggy. Okay. Raise poise. We need fire damage, god damn it. Okay, level 6. Now we go for this, and we can hit this rune up on the way. Jump, dash in the air because you're built like that, and it's okay that the circle's closing. We have all of the time we need to get the stuff we do, and we're lucky that it's taking us across this stuff anyway. So if we're running fast, like we are, just a little bit ahead of the circle. I've done shit in the rain before. We've done it on stream. We know. You're fine. You're fine. You're good. Easy clutch up. If we can get to level 7 as well before the night is on the first day, that's like where we normally are. We didn't get set back by dying over and over to the same boss and also losing a fucking teammate. I just shot him right in his eyes. That sucks. No. Wait. Hit that. Go back. Level up. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. 26, we need 10k. We'll hit this. And we're fine. We didn't get what we needed. But it was kind of an option. If we mobbed, like you taught me, we'd be fine. We'd be fine. We actually might be able to hit the castle up mob right outside of it and have the levels, or the runes to level. Okay. You're fine. Clutched the fuck up, though. You know, this guy on our team is probably like, I was having my doubts. Oh, and we got the Crucible Knights, which is way better. Being able to run up the wall with that dash would be so sick. And we're good. That investment equals out to about a level with all the shit we can hold if I remember to use my consumables. So I'll call it level 7 because of how much shit we spent. Oh no. Okay. So you can just keep shooting. Okay, Iron Eye is fucking easy as hell. Your spacing is, like, so easy. Maybe it's harder versus a magician? I couldn't imagine how it would be harder. You have a cast time of, like... That's your cast time. Yay! Do people not know what 2 armaments means? I just realized. I heard someone complaining like you don't get a buff from 2 armaments. I'm like, I just realized that that's wrong. Oh, hell yeah. Just keep hitting him. Oh, yep. This is it. That's so busted. What the fuck? I'd be mad at me too. Did it just spit a centipede? Does it have a tongue that's a centipede? I've never noticed that. Iron Eye is so fucking easy. I'm sorry, guys. Controversial take. You don't ever need to lose as Iron Eye. And then that's why it takes you over here, right? Do I have a key? Nope, never mind. I don't have a key. Never mind. That's what I meant to hit. That's not good. Didn't I take a thing that gives me a key? Am I crazy? Oh, I opened a jail already. That was the problem earlier, was the key. Yeah, fighting casters, if you don't spam attack, it's so easy. Unfortunately, Iron Eye is exclusively unable to benefit from wield 2 armaments because when he's shooting, he pockets one of the weapons regardless. Oh, that's what it counts as? Oh, I didn't know. I'm like, does that really count? I'm wielding 2 armaments now. That makes sense though, because it doesn't gray out the armament on the left there. That I was thinking it technically counts as still wielding 2 armaments, right? Like when I press the top button in the trigger, it grays out the one on the left. But when I just shoot, it doesn't gray it out. And that's technically what wielding 2 armaments in... That's just what it means, is when the other one's not grayed out. But I guess it makes sense because he's putting it on his back, right? It's upside down on his back right now. Like, look, and then when I stop, he pulls it. It just blinks into his hand, though. It doesn't, like, put it away. It just, like, literally snaps back into his hand. I didn't even notice because there was no animation for it. He just, like, click, click. Like, it's literally the most instant transmission shit ever. I didn't notice. But that makes sense what you're talking about. If he's specifically unable to benefit, it's because it's blinking out of his hand. And it's like, oh, okay. Now it makes sense. I feel like they decreased the drop rates in these secret rooms over here. We're gonna hit this, but... I used to get talismans all the time, and now I barely get a talisman. Talisman. Short cast. Okay, well. That's a pretty good talisman, so at least it's there. But... that means the 2-handed projection... Oh, wait. So, wait, does this mean I can't do this, then? We're gonna test something right now. Hit me, baby! Maybe one more time. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm getting the offhand bonus, though. I'm healing. Look at this. So this is in my offhand, right? So I'm attacking and I'm healing. I just know. I don't know if it's picking up on stream, but I'm gonna try and not get hit and heal back up to full health, right? So the offhand still applies. It's weird. Then it means it's specifically in the code. I'm sure people have tested it, so I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying why. I'm pointing out why it is confusing, because it actually still works the way I think it does, which it just doesn't work in that one instance, which means it has to be coded against what we're talking about. Like it's a specific thing, like you just said. So I don't doubt you. I'm just proving that it is the case, because now look, I'm almost full health. I didn't heal, right? I'm just shooting. Because I'm restoring, but I don't have... Oh, wait. It was definitely going up with that, but here, let me make sure. No, I hit the grace. Here, shoot me. I was like, what are the odds that I have both? No, I'm still getting the offhand. Okay, I dropped the continuous HP thing just to make sure. Alright, so it wasn't that was healing me. I'm glad I made sure, because then I would have always been curious. Yeah. So that's weird. You could still offhand things, though. You can have something in your offhand and benefit from, like, charged attacks give lightning explosions and crazy cool abilities like that. The skills built into your weapon. You can have those effects as passives for your bow. You just, I guess you can't wield 2 armaments at once, even though that is what wielding 2 armaments at once is. You're wielding both armaments. You're getting the effects from both, because they're not, one isn't put away. So that's why it's a little confusing, but he's a little confused, but he's got the spirit. It's there. It's confused, but it's there. That's just a distinction, though. I'm glad I tested that to show, but, like, I was like, I thought it worked like this. Okay, it does, but that means they coded it so it doesn't work with 2 armaments. Good to know. The two armaments one is way easier to test though, because all you would have to do is shoot someone, drop the weapon, and then shoot them, right? If you do the same amount of damage, then it doesn't fucking help you. Iron Eye problems, yeah. You know, it's like that one's really easy to test, so I don't doubt that one they know for a fact, because it would just be as easy as doing that and shooting, and then picking up a weapon and shooting again. Super fucking easy to test, but the thing that I just tested is like, that's a bit more nuanced and weird, right? Your offhand is still in your hand, even though it doesn't count it as a double armament, but you could still use it for the passive effect, which is like, how the fuck does that make any sense? That means you're wielding it, right? You can only get that hand means wield it for this passive. So it's like I'm getting a passive for wielding the thing, but it also is saying you're not wielding this thing. Like, why? That's why it's confusing to me, but I understand that probably means Iron Eye is too busted with it. Like, he can just run around shooting people with those and then never has to worry about, like, a weapon. Periodic glint blades would be kind of sick. See, that's +4, though. Nah, we'll see. We'll see. I am going to hit this up, then this up, then this up. So first is this jingle jangle I hear up here. Hello, Beetleborg. You can have that because it's better for you. And we're gonna pretend like there's no boss over here. And gonna continue on our merry way. And we're gonna choose to enjoy the rest of our run by not fighting the bell-bearing hunter, right? We're gonna go into the thing that I was complaining about earlier. In case he wants to upgrade his shit. And can I hit like the stickest dash? It didn't let me dash. Okay. I guess it read the input as the charge attack. I kind of wish I was like this for that one, because I know I didn't hit it, but my hand is off screen, so I was like, you're like, I actually would have loved my ult right here. Alright, noted that the fucking charge attack is not the charge attack that I thought it was. Excuse me, ma'am. Nope. 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 Alright. Power of the Flying Dragon? What the fuck does that even mean? You know I have to take that. No, I can't. I can't in my right mind. He is such a fucking easy character. I really enjoy it. But going from level 1, obviously one of the hardest challenges, to this guy, holy shit. Damage up with full HP, range buffs offhand, and glintstone blade, and offhand holy burst on multiple deaths are his best buffs. Holy bursts are on successive hits, no enemy's death. Yeah, I don't like the, and when you kill an enemy you get an attack, like, I don't like kill a pack of enemies, get a explosion. Because it's just cosmetic at that point. You fucking killed everything. What the fuck is the explosion for? You're not doing anything. Bleed proc on both. Get the sickest triple bleed proc. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Alright, fuck. This. That's one bleed proc. It's like being able to attack with the longest sword ever. Is this the one? Continuous 10% or every third attack you get 15%. It's kind of obvious. You take the one that always increases your damage because you might not get the chain attack finisher. So that 15% means sometimes you get 15%. Or do you want always 10%, right? Take the always 10%. Pretty obvious when you explain it like that. It's like, shit, we shouldn't have... We shouldn't have done any of the shit we did this run. No, I'm still gonna try and run it. We're fucked. I think we have to just make it down. And take the flight. Yeah, we're not going to be able to kill this dragon before that half of the arena is overtaken. Unfortunately. We did all that for the buffs. This is what I mean by I hate the crater. Our boy's fucked. If he doesn't get out of there. I'm saying that it actually doesn't do that. Holy Burst, for some reason, is on successive hits. Another translation issue. Like blood loss on low HP doing it on crits. Oh! I noticed that. What is up with that? Okay. That explains so much. They probably had two different things coded, and then they... It's not even a translation issue. They just don't have one coded in because they think... If you think two things are in the game, but one is taking the place of the other, and then it's like the name for one is gone, which is insignificant, but then the skill of the other isn't in the game, and you wouldn't even notice that unless you played and didn't get the drop. So that is a fucking crazy thing. The blood loss, I've noticed. I'm like, why do I keep getting blood loss on crit? When you just explain that, yeah, okay, that explains a lot, because I noticed the blood loss on crit thing, and I think I even said it on stream of like, why is it that my blood loss activates when I get critical hits? And then I never said anything about it again. I noticed it on stream, even out loud, and then I just, like, I was like, okay, I guess that's just what it is, but then didn't put two and two together that that's just what that means on the item. I just was like, where is that coming from? That constantly happens. But then I think I even said is like, oh, is that the critical thing? But then I immediately thought like that doesn't make sense. But translation issue makes sense. The magma after multiple deaths works as intended. The wraiths, right? The explosion of wraiths is after you kill a pack. After you kill 3 enemies, you explode. I noticed that. I got it yesterday. I don't know if it was on stream, but I was playing for fun, and I was like, oh shit. I am, like, I can coordinate now, because it's not like when you, the way it's, when you kill a group of enemies makes you think like this, like a group of these enemies, but they consider a group of enemies 3 people. That's a group. 3 is a crowd, right? So, when you kill 3 enemies, you explode with gold and wraith. I was like, why is my character constantly exploding? Like, I was like, what is happening right now? Yesterday. And it was also the golden burst. Maybe they patched it, but it's like every 3 kills, your character explodes. And I see what you mean. Like, there's certain things that work as it describes, and then certain things that is a completely different code. And I don't want to take a peek behind the curtain and ruin it, but how they probably have it coded, because of the way resistances of drop on items and stuff is... that's what makes me think it's like an error, that they already have something coded in, that they just didn't flip the switch on, and they have the name on something else. Because there are already things in the game that are coded to do that. And if the value of which resistance type or damage it deals, like magic, bleed, or all that, is interchangeable in the engine, then they already have madness weapons. You see how I do magic damage and bleed damage? They can flip a switch, right? And make that, like, that damage type madness. Even though they said that that was going to drop and it isn't in the game yet, that makes sense as to why those kinds of translation issues happen. Because that is in the game. It's just not them activating it quite yet. So it's a little bit of a miscommunication of like, oh, we're finally putting this in the game. Because it's already in the engine, and they're probably playtesting that in-house, and they're used to saying, get the bleed drops, get the madness weapons. Their spaghetti has some sausages. Yeah. It's not even spaghetti code, it's like, spaghetti communication for really good code, right? Like, that's a really good way to do it. So that it's interchangeable. You already have all of these features in the game, and you're waiting for the story and like the DLC to release these things that are coded, and maybe you're fine-tuning them, finding places to put them, right? I'll give them the benefit of the doubt as a game designer. Am I a game designer? Yes, I've made 3 video games, but I'm not a good game designer that's like world famous for my game design, so I can't be like, this is definitely how they do it. But like I said with the GDC talks, this is how every professional game designer from like Blizzard Studios and all these things, like back when they were good people working there, and before they were like Blizzard North, before they were bought out or had like a weird group of people, it's like they actually cared about just making video games. They share how to make video games. Who would have thought that those videos are just out there? So it's like, what I'm describing, I actually know is the industry standard. That's the only reason I know how to do it, is because they were kind enough to tell me the industry secrets in their GDC talks. So it's like I've coded that. I was just talking about that feature last night in my game that I programmed. I made the hover over details a string that I could put anything in. So when you hover over something and it tells you what it is, I could type anything there. So it's like, with that, you make infinite item interactions, because you can type, oh, this is a jar. This is a jar of poison. A jar of poison with mayo added into it, right? Like, you can just add whatever the fuck prefix you want, or suffix, right, as a string. You can combine strings, you can change strings of its values, and that simple thing they can do with more complex code, like resistances and shit. Which is like, that again, that's the industry standard. I'm not a fucking genius for knowing that. Professionals have explained that to me and other people. There's like thousands of views on these GDC talks. So I know that that's how they code these things. Are they well coded and working? Probably not. They would be in the game, I think. So to give them, again, the benefit of the doubt, I don't think they're holding them back because of, like, money-grubbing reasons. This whole game is about timing and the forward progression of time, and, again, you being your character. So you having to wait for time to pass to get the DLC, and these ever-dark bosses coming out is part of the narrative, right? It's giving them time to make the content. I think that's why they re-released the Everdark bosses, and they didn't just he's so fucking easy. I try to dash through like a badass, that's what I get. Fuck your attack. That's what I say. It's my attack now. This is my window of opening. It's so goddamn fun. Character's broken as shit. In a good way. In like a fun way that everyone else is broken. Being able to instantly revive your teammates as a support character is so nice. Like, everyone has some sort of feature that breaks Elden Ring, but in a good way. That's why I'm like, what are you, the Valar? You have like some sort of spiritual connection to these fucking deities. Is that why you have, or bloodline connection, which would be even crazier, which would mean that their physical embodiments is the thing that gives you your power, which is through lineage. The blood is the truth, and connecting the Crucible Society to the forging of the giants and the smithing script shit. Anyway, Valar forging bodies of the Maiar and then Melkor corrupting them. I understand. It isn't just code that I'm familiar with, it is story and narrative structure. So, I respect the fuck out of the people who make this game so much that I love it. Also, yeah, I love video games, just in general. But I think they're still working on the DLC, but that's why I think if they release the DLC characters one at a time as they're done, you would get more community love, right? If you do it as a big thing, some people, the haters that just exist no matter what, jealous of your success or Cain and Abel, they're mad at you being able, right? You should just show the doubters that what they believe is wrong through your actions by releasing the content slowly over time. Now, are they going to do that? I don't know. Is that the plan? Probably not. Whatever. If they don't, and they release them all at once, but all of their characters' stories, like voice acting and all this shit, are tied together remembrance-wise, they add things to the game. Again, it makes sense why it took so long, and why they had to do them all at the same time. They couldn't do them all one at a time because they're connected, these stories, right? And that kind of, again, not even just benefit of the doubt, that's just game design. If you're having two characters talk to each other, you need the voice actors scheduled, right, at some point, even if not together. You just need them to work, so you need both of those people, right? So it gets harder to do those kinds of things. The larger the game gets and the larger the cast. So again, if you're adding characters and want to flesh out the story, it's going to take time, especially if you want to interweave the characters' stories. So again, not even just benefit of the doubt, that's just explaining what they're doing. It would make sense if they had remembrances, why they all come out at once. But if they don't have stories and they release them all at once, it's like, come on, guys, right? You could have released these guys one at a time and then worked on their stories after. That's the beauty of video games. Again, I was talking to my brother about movies and stuff last night. Movies, right, you can't update a movie afterwards like you can a video game. You can re-release the movie and an updated version of the movie, but a video game can have a patch that changes it, the thing that you already own. And people expect that and want that and love those things. People hate when George Lucas changed the original Star Wars trilogy, right? They love the additions, but hate the retcons of things that they admired and appreciated originally. So that's like the subverting expectation getting flipped on its head. You're not subverting expectations, you're just not respecting the source material, which is what I think Rian Johnson kind of did. He just wanted to make his own story, so he subverted expectations to make his own story. He said, fuck your story of Star Wars, even though it's beloved by many. We don't like that here anymore. And it's from a general misunderstanding of the story, because again, like, he was thinking, ironically, that it's like not about women empowerment, right? But long ago, George Lucas was like, Princess Leia is the hero. She fucking saves Luke and Han at the opening scene. Like, without her, there's no rebellion. And also, Luke, the guy who stops Vader, is dead at the fucking first conflict. So, like, he points out that, like, it is on the viewer to decide who the hero is. And if you don't see Leia as the hero, it's like you're internally sexist because she saved everyone right at the start. Without Leia, there is no heroes in the entire fucking story. So it's like that kind of thing is like he misunderstood Star Wars because it's about both the twins, Leia and Luke, are both the heroes, right? So that is why it was like funny. And of course, Star Wars isn't perfect, like nothing is perfect. but him trying to subvert expectations while not respecting source material because he misunderstands it, the people who take it seriously, the true fans, are going to call it out and be like, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. You're just trying to make your own sequel and stories and want to say fuck what came before and now pay attention to what I'm doing, right? And I think that is the problem with Hollywood's subverting expectations. It's not the subverting expectations part. That can be done well. It's the reason they're subverting expectations is actually like they can't admit that someone liked video games more than movies, so they're like, my story had to be better. And then again, it goes back to exactly the same. It's not video game exclusive. It's if something is better, someone's probably going to feel that way about the works, right? They want to make a Star Wars thing, but everyone loves Star Wars, right? Everything you make is going to be compared to Star Wars, so they angrily say, fuck Star Wars. But they misunderstood what Star Wars is about, so of course they're going to say fuck Star Wars. Anyway. And then again, it gets made into a sexism argument of like, you're sexist if you don't like the women empowerment story. But it's like the opposite. I think there are people who will be sexist and do that. I will acknowledge your argument. But I don't think that is fair to say every criticism is just because someone's sexist. What about the women who are feminists and are obviously not sexist, right? It's like, if their criticism is valid, at least acknowledge it. You can't just say, everyone that disagrees with me is generalized into this one thing, even if it doesn't actually, you know, define them as a descriptor. I feel like that is a big thing. It's like, I think sexism is terrible and women empowerment should be part of the story. So you not understanding the empowered women in the story kind of shows that you shouldn't be the guy writing a women empowerment story, dog. So, damn it, I dodged, but I didn't get that shit. So, I do love Star Wars, but it ties into like all of the video game stuff we talked about today and all of that shit. It's like it ties together with how things are made, right? Spaghetti code. It ties into the spaghetti story, right? Because codes are called scripts, right? You're writing a script for the code to execute. That's why it's so easy, I know it sounds crazy, to make a musical game, like Just Dance or Guitar Hero, or like that one game that is a musical theater act, right? Like a play that you're watching, that you get to play. Motherfucker. I'm just bad. The best thing to do is run towards them to the right and dodge into it. Dude. Yeah, I was gonna say, do not go for me. I feel like we deserve that one. He did great, but I was distracted with lore talk. Honestly, I should have tried harder. I didn't pick up a fire weapon. I had bleed and it was doing fine, but helpful hints. Yeah, it's telling me you suck and you need to go fight these. You need to read the tutorial, which is fair. I just died 2 bosses deep and kept getting knocked. I was just explaining how this character is super easy, and then I just got my ass kicked by a boss, but to be fair, I shouldn't have just been yapping about Star Wars the whole time and actually locked in for the boss. I do want to beat one boss for today, so let's go. We're breaking the story now, because I'm upset with the game. I don't know which teammates it pairs me with, or if they have relics as well. So I actually can't inspect my teammates to check their builds out the way I want. They let you partially inspect teammates' builds, but it's like, it doesn't even matter. That guy did really well. He only got knocked right at the end there, so. It's just harder to dodge when, as a ranged person, when there are 2 people to decide between. It's a 50-50, right? If it decides to go for me, I'm kind of screwed, because my ranged isn't as good as that boss's ranged, so I have to actually be close as that ranged character, which is what I was doing before when I was fighting the fire prelates. You can dodge their weapons like a melee character and shoot as a ranged character, but it's 2 bosses. I'm already going to start complaining about 2 bosses, but 2 bosses in one room. You have the thing that was happening where I'm fighting this guy, right, the big guy, right at the start. It happened right in the opening. I'm fighting the big guy, and then the bug starts attacking me. So immediately I lose healing, not because of a skill issue of me not being able to dodge the boss I'm fighting. It is this boss was attacking the Wilder. I was taking note of that. Mid combo, when it wrapped up an attack, the third attack for its combo changed to me. So it's like, okay, it's randomized and there are multiple bosses. So even while keeping track of both bosses, because it's randomized, one of them that you're fighting, backing off for half a second, is a sign that this one might attack you. So you can't actually be attacking when there are two bosses. Like, things that are openings for one boss are not openings for two bosses. And so it teaches you wrong 90% of the game. When you're fighting one boss, you learn the timing and you understand the boss fight, and you can actually train to dodge the thing. Like I was saying, with like a timing dance, you can dodge based on the timing. You don't even have to look. You hear the sound effect and you know, like, all right, and I dodge, right? You can't do that when there are two bosses, just period. One might randomly turn to you and they're off screen, and you already took note of them. You did everything you needed to know that they weren't attacking you. Like, they were attacking the other guy, but they switch randomly. So it's like, I don't like fighting two bosses for that reason right there. I've explained it many times in anger before, but I just want to explain why I do not like fighting two bosses. It's almost exclusively because it comes down to random chance, especially when you have teammates. But if it's you versus two bosses, one of them will wait off to the side and kind of just circle uselessly. It's like, why the fuck am I fighting two bosses if I'm going to fight them one at a time anyway? But it's for that random reason. When you get the upper hand on one, the other one jumps in to fuck your combo up. So it's almost like the game is intentionally trying to not be fair based on its own rules when it puts two bosses in the thing, and they think that's the difficulty. And I hate that shit. I don't know if I'll ever do double bosses. It's not even letting me queue up. People aren't playing the game right now, which is very sad. Everyone who's left is fighting the Everdark people, and I think they don't want me to see the skin characters yet, so I'm only with like the newer players, which would also explain why they can't fight the bosses. I can't even fight the bosses, but like, they don't have relics that are like so broken of like +3 to fire damage and shit. So I will do one more on this guy, because I already know how to fight as the Wilder. I was explaining how this guy is easy. We should just try. Also, using the fire guy on this guy, obviously you're going to have an advantage. The Wilder has fire built into his kit. So, kind of, it's like changing to a counter character, right? I'm just upset that no one is fighting the bosses. I'm actually in a queue now. This is what was happening before. I'm not in a remembrance, but now no one is in queue with me because they already beat the bosses once, so I'm just kind of stuck in a limbo because either no one is playing the game at all, which is why I'm in a queue, or I'm in a separate queue from all of the other players who have already beaten the bosses because I restarted the game. I don't think they expected people to restart the game, so the matchmaking system has actually abandoned me. I have to wait for people to fucking like show up. Oh, that sucks. I feel, because that means anyone who just bought the game late, you're kind of screwed in the same scenario. I'm sad that this is taking so long. I was hoping that the runs would be short. Like, just a quick run, we beat the boss and do it, but even with the relics, fire damage, see? I should have just kept my starting weapon and upgraded it. But magic and fire damage, I kind of wanted to see damage comparison. I mean, I said it forever ago, and it seemed, and even at the start of this stream, just use the fucking counter type. If you're using anything but the counter type, it doesn't matter how good you are, you are setting back your entire team. And you know what? I'm done waiting for other people. This is taking so long that I'll do one solo. Fuck it. The game is built for multiple people. I will do one by myself. I've like abandoned the story just because of frustration, which is sad. I'm going to go back to reading the chapters, but I was hoping to restart the game and actually get people that can help me with the bosses or carry me, honestly, because I knew I wasn't going to have the relics. But it's putting me with other players who don't have skins, which means they might not have relics. No, I wanted to go solo, motherfucker, dude. And we're with another Iron Eye, so we're competing. Okay, he has a costume. So maybe I was wrong about the... Well, it's not the remembrance stuff. I don't know. No, to beat the game costume. That's the one I thought they were holding me back from. Which is even sadder. That means the queue times are just garbage now. Now, I'm so sad that people don't want to play Nightreign. I love the game, but it's losing steam already. Like, the content drought has begun with reintroducing stuff that people have already done. And if they are... I'm resigning to just play the game normally. I don't give a fuck where my teammates go. I'm doing the thing. I have to rest or something. The character doesn't... Like, I'm trying to not get the shifting earth where we have the crater, but I guess I have to finish it. The crater sets you back. It takes away Everjail's presets you, and if you don't get to the bottom of its preset path, you don't get the upgrade for the map, and you're kind of fucked. Increased fire damage... Yeah. Yeah, I'm not following my team. I've already decided that I'm not doing it. If I fall, then it is a skill issue on my part. I wanted to go in solo, and I'm going to see if I can keep up with 2 people, right? If I alone will be able to get the things that I've been... Alright, so they got 500 runes. And they skipped an entire camp. What is wrong with people? They skipped a camp that you could just run into. And blow everything up. That's like the easiest camp. You one-shot the boss because of the headshot. Is it literally better? Do fist stance break? Yeah. I was gonna say, is it better to just hit him with my fist? That's so funny. Fuck, I don't actually... Alright. I don't even want to blame the terrain because my hand's not in the camera. I dodged in a direction and my character didn't... He just walked. Like, it's worth it was worth a shot. I love this game, but I've shown before that there are certain inputs. I don't know what the glitch is because it doesn't happen as much in base game Elden Ring, but there are times where I press something and it feels like my controller dies, and it registers that input and holds it down. So like if I press a direction, it doesn't do anything, and then my character just starts walking in that direction. It has walked me off of cliffs before. Where are these guys going? I guess they're fighting an enemy now? They haven't done a single thing yet. They're marking shit and they haven't done anything. That's why I'm confused. I'm like, they mark as if they know where they're going, but they skipped a jail, a camp, got a thing, and they're standing in the middle of fucking nowhere fighting something. Right? It's like, I don't know if there might be a boss over there, so I'm expecting enemy defeated soon. How the fuck did I get something before those two? You see what I mean by like, why does it doesn't make any sense? People mark shit and then they're just like, surely this has to be it. Like, motherfucker, where are you going? You're just standing in the middle of nowhere, doing nothing. Okay, they got a talisman. That might, if they were after a talisman that whole time, I'm gonna be depressed. I need fire damage on base weapon upgraded. And they're coming to me, so they know that I did something and now they're on their way. It's like, that's depressing. That's why I don't even follow those, like, follow people. It seemed like I was the one set back and alone and dumb until I killed the boss. They didn't do anything and they ran back to me because I was the one making progress. It summarizes the community. It seems like people are doing something important until I make a breakthrough, and then everyone's like, maybe it's that way, like a month later. And I'm like, okay, guys, go read a fucking book. Go read the Silmarillion. I don't know what to tell you. That's actually what it feels like. They're like, maybe this is how the story is? I'm like, I don't even want to talk about the lore anymore. I've been so disheartened. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. It's America's not the Glowmide Queen. All of the connections are hallucinations, and you're the smartest person in the world. Is that what you wanted to hear? Even though everything in the game points towards it, you just is it that you want to hear you're the smartest person, right? I don't know what it is about those people, but it's like I stopped talking about lore because it's so depressing to even have to argue and point out things that it's like, why are you arguing with the things that you even are trying to use as fact? At this point now, it's recontextualized it, and the only thing people can argue, again, I have been in the Elden Ring Nightreign official Discord on the lore channels, and everyone argues with me what I said. No, this game isn't canon. Everything you said makes sense, so this isn't canon. That's the only thing they've been telling me. I'm like, alright, dude. What the fuck is happening? What the fuck just happened? I was spamming heal. My character was doing a get up animation completely upside down sideways. Like he was like this, doing a get up animation. He wasn't quite knocked off the hill, and was also knocked off the hill. I already have 2 keys, but I didn't ping it, so I'm not going to criticize them for going in there. But if they were with me, they would have seen it, and they would have known for themselves. I got knocked off this cliff. Whoa, shit! Okay, and I'm done playing this game after this. I just used my ultimate move, shot the bear through the chest, and nothing. It's like those kinds of glitches make me like, alright, it's the game just telling me to take a break. If I've played so long that I'm encountering these kinds of glitches I hadn't before, it's not even worth. It's not even worth arguing with the game. I'm like, it's the reason I'm not doing a no leveling playthrough. The character doesn't exist yet. There's no deprived character. And they still need to update some of the bugs that I don't even know about, right? Sometimes in the patch notes, I'm like, that was happening to people. That sucks. Or I'm like, oh, that happened to me. I'm glad that they fixed that, so. This is the time where, again, I break off of them. I'm gonna go over here. You guys have that. I'm also gonna go over here because I already have a key. I'm just gonna ping it for these fucking dorks and leave it there. I'm sick of randos. Yeah, all I desire is equipment. Go pick it up then, moron. I don't give a fuck. It's not my job to babysit you. I don't give a shit. I'm just trying to play through the game. You guys are running around through fields, not fighting bosses, not picking shit up. It's like I've literally made more progress as a level 1, not doing anything, having doing a no leveling challenge for fun, than literally any of the progress you guys have made in the rain. It's just crazy to me. Because every time I do something and ping it, they run over to it. It's like, yeah, oh wait, that was a good idea. We should have followed him in the first place. It's not even worth arguing about. I'm like, yep. There were leaders and there were followers, right? Those guys don't know where they're going. They're just followers running in circles until someone actually takes lead and is like, I don't give a fuck where you're going. This is where we need to go. I already grabbed the shit. You should go there and pick it up. I'm not going to pick it up for you. That's all I'm going to do from now on. I'm like, okay, I don't care. I'm not going to wait for you guys to pick up the secrets. Good luck. And then I'm going to go to the Everjail and open it with the key that I have. And they're going to be like, what the fuck? He had a key? It's like, that's what I mean, like, I was so far ahead that I can leave them something as a hint and also still do the thing we need to do and not have to fucking wait on them. Like, that's how far ahead. Like, come on, guys. Okay, it's a spam button, noted. That is not what I wanted to do. And remind you, I haven't leveled up. I know I have like 50,000 runes and have stopped by multiple graces. It is to show that you don't even need to level up to be ahead of your teammates and grab the powers from the bosses that drop and the chests. It's like, people have been playing the game and have the wrong perception. It's like, no, you are the one controlling your character. If you're good at the game, just do the thing. Yep. Easy. Stance breaking, right? How many levels up? 5 levels. I'm staying level 1. Just for now. Just a fun no leveling playthrough to be like, all of that shit, erase all of the bad drops. All of the skill issue shit before. It's like, it actually isn't the level, it is the player, right? Showing that even the shit that they did grab, I didn't miss out on, right? And we're exactly where we need to be. The boss, I'm not even gonna waste time. We're leveling up. Fuck that shit. I didn't even realize that it's over. Night 1's done. We did it. Played the whole first day, no leveling, right? And we were doing better than our team who was leveling. They killed like 2 bosses, right? Together. So they killed like 1 boss each. I didn't level, killed a boss, went, opened a bunch of shit, and the Everjail had keys. It's like, I started with a key, so I had to collect one to prove that, like, it doesn't matter if you start with one. You can still get ahead of your teammates. It's nothing against their skill. It's decision making, right? It's why are you running not from checkpoint to checkpoint? Why are you not going from boss to boss? Why are you running into an open field where there's a fucking level 15 boss you need to kill, right? That's gonna take you all day to level up. You can get like 6 power-ups. Especially even if we just go to the crater and run through the crater on day 1. You'd get all of the power. I'm gonna mark that and just do that right now. I'm gonna show you why I don't like the crater by doing the crater correctly. And the devs are gonna be like, oh shit, okay, he knows how to do the crater, it's just he actually doesn't like the crater. Because it's not like a, oh, skill issue, you don't know how to do it. It's like, I'm gonna walk through it right now, but I'll explain why the Scarlet Zone is better, why the mountaintop is cooler, why, like, I love all of the other zones, and the Forge is lame as shit, right? It isn't just, like, Forge bad, it's the way that it's different is, in this game of randomization and different pathing, you made a single linear path, and it is one of the things that should be the easiest to get into. You should have made getting out the hardest part, right? Get rid of the trees and let people just jump into it. Because then you, my thing has been deflating this whole time. Then you create like almost infinite paths out, right? Like 3 jump pads on the way out and stuff. It's almost perfect until you actually get to the ruins, and then it's linear, and it kind of goes against all of the other dungeons and like shifting earths, and it's just kind of lame, honestly. Like it's not just open, but like variable. Like with the mountain, I could go from the trolls to the dragon and then go up and fight the ice dragon, or vice versa. I could fight the smaller dragon, then the trolls, get the resistance and the dragon, then go up the mountain, fight the dragon there, and then I could go up to get the secret. Or I could skip all that, get the secret first, go down, fight the trolls, fight the dragon, fight the secret frost dragon, right? You could do it in any order and interchange them and have fun. You can't do that with the crater. You have to kill the magma worm for the Forge to activate, right? And then Estelle is even different because it's like you have 2 paths to Estelle through Noclateo, and in my opinion one is better, but it's like until we find a new secret route that's even cooler through Noclateo. So I'm going to just mark that and take the tree. Think I can hit them from here? Nope. My character does not like to aim forward, I guess. I try to aim it like a throwing dagger, where you aim your camera, then walk forward so your character's aligned with where you just aimed, then you throw. That's how I almost always hit the jars without locking on. I do it as a joke, but I mean, it works. It actually lines up. It doesn't work for his ult, which means his ult doesn't work as normal ranged attacks. I still don't understand how the targeting for the ultimate moves works. We're trying to actually get a melee weapon, so that's... Ooh! Erdtree's favor? Yep. Drop the mana talisman. Yeah. That's kind of nice, but I'd rather the double up. All of this for a talisman, and I already have, like, the best ones. No, this is way better. Alright, now I'm gonna go here and ignore the castle. The shifting earth is way more important than the castle. That was just to show my teammates I am a team player, and now we're moving on without them because we're not a team player. I've also learned the shifting, or the circle kind of always closes on the shifting earth, so it's better to just run there at the start. You'll have as much time to explore. You don't have to run from the circle. You could gather all the power-ups you want to your heart's content. The land of Valinor, right? The bliss. It's like, even as a single-playing rando, you do not need your team, which is crazy, but actually true. I'm gonna put that on. Fire damage, holy, lightning attack power-up, glint blades. We're fine without any of that. Buy one of those, some of these. And now we circle our way down. I already killed them on the way before. Not that guy. That's a trap. Do not fight that fucking falling star beast or this gargoyle. Those are for like level 15 when you've come here on day 1. You've already stacked your character and you don't need to go through it. Fire damage on the fire prelates, probably not the best. I got... I'm glad these guys are actually following. We need to make up the runes that we lost, and I don't even need to check the map. That's how confident I am that I'm right. Who the fuck needs to check the map? I'm right. I'll check the map when we get to the bottom of the fucking circle, because I already know. I am so sick of pressing Y and interacting with things and not getting the okay. That was a deserved. I was distracted. I didn't get the fucking flask even though I pressed the button. I've mentioned this a million times. The flask. I do not know why. When I'm sprinting and I go to interact, there's a 50% chance your interaction does not work. I can't tell you what the code is or why it happens like that. I have interacted with things while sprinting, so it's not the sprinting. I do not know why, actually. I know I pressed the button. I even ran back against the fucking thing and pressed it again like 4 times to make sure that did not happen. I looked at my healing and was like, that doesn't make sense. This fucking game. They need to make it like a fixed interaction. If you press Y while you are near the fucking interaction, you should just interact, for fuck's sake. Oh my god. Why is it like this? Hold on, let's see. Ready? I'm pressing Y. Now it's working. Hold on, let's see. Y. Now it's working. So that is upsetting because if it doesn't work sometimes, and it worked just then, it's like, why doesn't it work when you run by and interact? It just worked every time I sprinted by that Grace and clicked the fucking interact button. Why can I sprint through things and not get the interaction? It happens with Graces sometimes, mostly towards the beginning of the run. Why? Why is it that the interaction does not work? What fucking spaghetti code bullshit prevents a function from functioning? Right? Like, that works. So it's not if it's the first time you run up to a Grace. It's like I'm infuriated now because it's always a setback with a fucking glitch, and I'm sick of blaming glitches. It's like, why did I even marked the fucking thing on the map? I was the one that said let's go here, right? I remember visibly staring at the dude, looking towards the thing, running up, pressing the button 5 fucking times, then going up to him and pressing it again to interact at the shop, and the shop opened. It's like, what the fuck is happening with this game? Why is it, I'm like actual gamer rage right now, why is it that when I press the button doesn't work, right? I can tell that you want it to work. What the fuck is the problem? God damn it, dude. That sets you back so much, because now we have to kill this guy and run across the entire fucking map just to get the healing that we need. It's so stupid. It sets you back like 5 minutes. Just because I missed one button press. One little... I'm stuck. I didn't even miss it. I was the one who ran up and pressed the fucking button telling other people to get it, too. The game just didn't want me to get it. That's the infuriating part. I could at least acknowledge, like, oh, I fucking forgot it. That's annoying, right? Like, whatever. It's like, no, I distinctly remember... Oh, I don't want to miss it. Turning back, running up to the altar and pressing Y and looking at it and going, that's weird. The interaction isn't there, right? The hover, like the lock-on, but I didn't get the thing, whatever. I must have already picked it up and then kept going. It's like, oh my god. It's a glitch, which makes it so... I hate just saying it's a glitch, but it's like, every other fucking interaction doesn't work like that. Why? 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 I keep getting set back by a glitch. So fucking annoying. God damn it, dude. I'm just so unlucky. Melkor's Chaos. Introduced. Why can't it just be a perfect song? What the fuck? That was a joke for the lore discussion earlier, but it actually is fucking annoying. I didn't even need it. I healed one time during that fucking fight. The fuck was that? Oh, it was her thing. So goddamn infuriating. And now we're probably gonna run out of time, and I have to run there and run back, and I can't help with the kills of the bosses and shit. So bad. You wind up at this tree, so then I have to sail this way. And then there's no tree, and the ring's gonna start closing, so I have to run back. I already know what's gonna happen. That's why I'm mad. I'm like, it wasted so much time. Instead of me being able to run that way and kill shit. Let's do it anyway to show why it would have been wrong. Right? Because you never know. But, I mean, I kind of do. You could just look at the fucking sky. It's getting dark. Right? There you go. We ran out of time. So now I have to help fight the boss and pray that I make it to the Grace and I'm not taking rain damage and I can keep all my healing for the last fight. This constantly happens to me. I almost had a perfect run just now in terms of timing. Solo with teammates. And of course the thing that breaks it is, oh, you remember when you tried to pick up that thing? It actually didn't work. Go fuck yourself. God damn. Ugh. That's why, again, to bring it back into forgiving them and not being totally upset, that's the kind of reason I think they might have removed the like bleed effects or certain things, or there might be miscommunications with like the on death effects and the translation errors. Because it might just be a description error, and they translated it correctly, but it's for a different skill that's not in the game yet. I'm gonna start doing it like that. I just did it! I just fucking hit the interact button, and it didn't... I was trying to check if I can upgrade anything at the goddamn blacksmith, and my character just ran up to the blacksmith and ran away from it. God damn it. It did the thing I was just describing, and then as I put the controller down, it does it. I'm like, oh, it's gaslighting me. It's making it so we'll never show anyone that I'm just gonna play like this from now on. It's the only thing that makes sense. Because it's glitching out so much. Okay. No, the graces are working now, which is not how I described the bug. Why? Okay. I'm gonna press it one time and clearly state when I press it. And if it doesn't work, it'll be like, look, it did the thing. Why? Okay, we did it. Now everything wants to work. I think when it's a new interaction that you haven't pressed in the... No, because that was like the second... That was like the second, flask I picked up. So that logic doesn't hold. That's why it's like, as a programmer, that kind of shit infuriates you, because you know it's a bug if it isn't working, right? It's easy to test. Sprint by a grace and spam the interact button, or press it casually like 1 or 2 times, right, to see if it eats your input. And if it doesn't work after 1 or 2 times, it ate the input, right? And if you can sprint by the thing and interact with it afterwards, then it means that it's not supposed to work like that. So it's like, I know you will encounter that glitch. I encounter it like every run. So it's like, you're probably gonna encounter that or know what I'm talking about. Like with the grace thing, you just probably ignore it because it's so small. But like that right there... We could have killed like a whole other fucking chieftain, which I know there is one the other side, right? So instead of having to run here and then down here, I could run here and then here to get another upgrade. So it sets me back a full upgrade, which is why it's fucking upsetting. It's like the distance you run and doing all of that shit in a timed game with like very specific timing windows. One little glitch taking an interaction from you can cost, not the run, well, it might cost the run if you're a worse player and it's like you needed 1 healing to make the difference, but it's wasting 5 minutes of something that I already planned for sucks. Like I was just describing as like a 5-minute build-up that my team hopefully follows me there, but I'm going solo anyway because I do not care if they follow. I thought his health bar was that top middle one. So I was like, why isn't this guy going down? His health is negative. That is because there's 3 health bars. And I didn't notice the bottom one going down. My rage is blinding me. But actually, it's just so fucking upsetting. This is kind of the range that you need to be at. Like that is the perfect example of the retargeting bullshit that I'm talking about. Animation clearly aimed at me. I even dodged because it was like a, you know, like a, I'm gonna get you. And then where did the fireball go? Towards the fucking recluse in like a complete diagonal. It wasn't even going to hit me if I jumped into the fucking thing. It's like, what? Right? It's like that kind of retargeting when there are multiple bosses, you can't account for that. It looks like it's going for them, and then it's like, here's a particle effect, I don't know what coding that is, but that kind of shit is why I do not like multiple bosses right there. Imagine that. You see it in your peripheral. That, right? Okay, they're shooting at that guy. I can attack. You go to attack and the fireball just flies sideways and hits you. You knew what was happening visibly, but the game fucked you with something that made no sense in accordance to what you've experienced so far, right? It almost makes my stomach turn with anger. I'm like, why? That fireball was the perfect summary. It's like, look, go back and watch that. He's like, he turns to me and he's gonna drop a fireball, and then it shoots that way. What the fuck? I need to retape this. That summarizes all of the infuriating glitches perfectly. I don't need to go off on a tangent or rant. It's a visible glitch, right? So you can see it. I don't have to blame the keys and be like, oh, I pressed a button and it didn't press. I want to show you guys, right? Which is why I had the camera on. Ugh. That was really close to hitting him. So I'm watching for his sidestep. The fall off range is actually kind of crazy. You should be close as fuck. Here, how much damage do I do? 5 damage. So if you're this far and you're shooting him, right? I did 1 damage. He went from 9 to 10. It's like you're doing emotional damage. You're not actually contributing to the fight. That's why when I see an Iron Eye that's like 9 miles away, I'm like, cool, they're here for emotional support. They're not actually fighting the fucking boss. You're doing build up. Like, that guy is close enough to that boss. Oh, wait, watch this, watch this. I framed through that shit. You want to be close enough that the best way to describe it, you'll feel this from now on. You want to be close enough that your glint blades automatically, even if you don't have them, that's the range. When your automatic homing missiles lock onto people, that is the range. That's your range attack range. Okay, so just stay that far from people. Get to a point where you're constantly going to be dealing damage with your lock-on shit, and you're fine. Did I just go through the... Okay. I'm gonna get hit. I should have waited. Oh shit. Do a little shot into the sky. Okay. Hey, look, they're over there. Woo! That was fun. I actually need to read these now because I don't have relics. I got a relic for the Raider, which is nice, and Knight of the Wise. That's gonna help a lot. Okay. That'll be nice. I finally beat a boss today.
A moment, please.
That's what we're talking about.
A dressing room next to the study.
Hey, we got costumes.
Other garments you would prefer to don? It is yours to use as you will.
Okay.
Welcome to the I am but a I am you aim indeed. I've spruced by all means.
Those guys actually did really good. Again, if you blame your teammates, you have to at least acknowledge when you get good teammates. Nobody went down except one time, and then we immediately picked them up, and then they did not go down again, right? That's a good team. That means you guys are actually working together, and individually, you're good. Sometimes, one of your teammates could be so bad, right? Say if I build tanky. I got a fuck ton of health and I take no damage. The boss hits me twice, and then it de-aggroes to give me a break. That is a bad thing, right? If you're the tanky character and I'm a ranged character, you allowing yourself to get hit and then not attacking to get aggro back, you're just letting the boss hunt down your ranged characters. And again, that's as someone who just... We were a full ranged team. So it's not like you need this, but this could happen to you. A melee character not tanking for ranged characters makes it so the ranged character might as well just be a fucking melee character, right? So, like the Wilder, the Raider, the Guardian, right, in their names, the Raider and the Guardian, they need to just charge in, Raider, and protect people, Guardian. So it's like, I love these characters, but a lot of people want to be ranged DPS, I'm noticing. As someone who plays Wilder, when I get a team of Wilders, that's why I joked earlier of like, I am a Guardian right now, but I'm not a Wilder on a team of Wilders. I want to be. That would be funny. I've gotten like teams of all one character before, like teams of all Raider, teams of all Executor, but you can tell like people like deciding in the menus of what they're gonna pick. Sometimes it puts you all on Wilder. And it's like everyone was Wilder just now, and then they split off. Or sometimes everyone starts on Wilder, and then everyone picks Wilder. But again, it doesn't really matter your team composition. Some team compositions are way better than others. And to give two examples, the Executor starts with a proc, so he works really well with the Duchess at the start. So the Executor and Duchess, they're a good pair. Built to synergize. If you walk up to the first boss with no relics on and just the base character, you hit as the Executor, it procs, and then the Duchess could just use her move, and then it does that damage again, right? On top of her hitting you. Those two characters just go together because of how they start. Wilder and the Recluse, you mix fire and glintstone with the characters. So he has bleed, it doesn't do a type. The Duchess has to imbue as well, but it imbues magic, so it doesn't really function as well with the Recluse. The two characters whose skills synergize, Fireman, right? Because this guy doesn't give you any magic type either, this guy doesn't give you any magic type either, and this guy doesn't give you any magic type either. So Fireman and the Recluse, those are two characters that synergize. And then, story-wise, we know this guy, using the Night Lord's rune and being able to change elements on his blade from holy, magic, fire, and lightning, really synergizes with the Recluse. Because those are the elements she uses for her magic cocktail. So, that kind of build-up, and changing weapon is why it doesn't really work with the Executor, because you can't imbue your cursed sword. It counts as switching and counts as two-handing, but it doesn't count as an elemental affinity. You can't use the Night Lord's rune on him as efficient. So he doesn't team up with the Recluse as well. he works better with the Duchess, right? So it's like these characters, their stories mixed together, but they're designed to complement each other, right? And then, of course, obviously, Guardian and Iron Eye, and or the Raider and Iron Eye's stories kind of not stories mix, but the Raider and Iron Eye is a tank and a ranged DPS of physical type. These two work really well together because they are the antithesis of each other. He's piercing damage and allows people to do more poise damage. He's bludgeoning damage with it like mace axe, right? So where he uses colossal weapons like maces and slashing, he would use slashing and piercing. So it's like because of his bow. So it's like these two do between them all of the types of physical damage, and then between these two you do all of the magical damage types. Which is funny because I thought the Duchess would be the caster, but it's like Duchess is magic, Recluse is faith, or not Recluse, Revenant is faith, and then the Recluse is kind of the mix of any caster, right? So she can go off of anyone, but she works well with Wilder, and then Iron Eye and Raider work well together, and another combo is the Duchess and the Revenant, because the Revenant can run in and explode, deal a bunch of ghost flame damage, and then the Duchess can rewind it. But I mean, the Duchess should rewind on anyone's ult if it does damage, so it's not really a good synergy compared to like this guy and his bleed procs built in and countering people, so he's a tank for the Duchess whose invisibility. This guy can stand his ground and actually guard shit, where the Duchess turns invisible and fights from behind and gets backstabbed. So, again, they synergize. Same with him. Shield, two-handed sword, she's a ranged caster, so him defending her makes sense. Not just thematically, but gameplay-wise. That's probably what should happen on your team, if you're good players. So, team composition does kind of matter, but you can play solo. Right, you can literally go up to this and go to single player. So you don't need to do all of that shit. You could literally just use their strengths individually as you play solo. Like this guy with his parry, this lady with her infinite mana. This guy just poise breaks everything. His range is crazy. Him being able to guard pretty much anything if you build health, you're safe. I say build tanky if you want to get through it. He's the man. Learn to guard, keep your shield up, you're fine. My advice would actually be roll into it. Pull up your shield and roll into it. And then you literally are the Guardian. You don't need to fucking worry about any playstyle other than that. You're fine. And then the Wilder, run as fast as you can towards the enemy and punch them until they explode. That is... Or punch them as hard as you can so that they explode. That's kind of the Wilder's technique. Alright. I'm glad we beat a boss today. And we unlocked costumes, which might open the pool even more. I need to look up the matchmaking and the amount of people playing the game locally and all this stuff. Because the queue times didn't make sense. You sold millions of copies, and you have one of the hypest games on Steam. Why can't I find a match in-game? It doesn't make any sense. So, and that was a problem that happened at the start of the game, and then it went away. And now that I'm restarting the game, it's happening again in the exact same way early on. So I'm like, does it have something to do with the matchmaking and story progression? It's weird. Anyway, we'll call it here. I am going to just clean up the house and take a break, read the Silmarillion. Highly recommend it. The lore is fantastic. I do love these games, but it's still just a video game. I know that's crazy to say, because of how much work gets put into this and how many millions of dollars, but you need to take a break, right? But also, the I use it as like the opposite, right? Like it is still so enjoyable because it's a video game. It's made to be enjoyable. It's made to be played and enjoyed. That's the whole point of it. Is to tell you a story and to play with your friends. So I want to enjoy it, but I'm gonna take a break so that I can enjoy it more. I'm gonna go read the story that this game helped me realize is related to it, and maybe I'll decipher the lore a bit more. But the designers aren't always game designers, right? If the story is great, it doesn't mean that the gameplay is going to be perfect. And the writers who worked on the game shouldn't let the bad gameplay elements of glitches that happen in any and every game ruin their story that they're trying to make, which again ties back into releasing the characters schedule. I don't work on the game, so I'm either gonna guess they'll do it one at a time or all at once. Those are the only two ways you can do it, obviously. But to go a step further, the design reasons why they would do that is they're not done with them yet, so they release them all at once when they're all done. Or the way they're working on them, they can release them one at a time, and then they'll implement the story and dialogue, or the dialogue isn't quite as tied to the other characters and shit, but who knows. Alright. We're gonna call it here. My glasses. Face ass. I realized I was wearing my glasses the whole time. I can actually see. My depth perception is thrown off when I wear my glasses, so that's also why I don't wear my glasses while I stream. But I mean, it's a screen monitor depth perception. It's not really quite the same, but actually, that is a big thing with glasses, is knowing how far things truly are from you, right? So it's funny that I played the ranged character while wearing my glasses today. I needed a keen eye. Is that what the skill was called? Eagle eye. Okay. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Just checking on my phone.